Welcome one and all back to the Viper's Nest. And look, it's the God Emperor Trump mask again because that relates to what I'm talking about today, kind of. So, of all the memes I've seen coming out of the Trump assassination, one of the ones that caught my eye was the resurrection of the "Where were you when" meme. Basically, that spawned from asking people if they remember where they were when the terrorist attacks on the Twin Towers happened on 9/11. So, first off, where was I when the Trump assassination happened? I was sitting in my living room playing Fallout 4. Not a very interesting story, but the story of where I was when 9/11 happened is a little bit more interesting because of the series of events that damn near led me to completely miss the fact that 9/11 even happened for like almost the entire day when it did happen. So take a trip back in time with me, and I'll tell you where I was when 9/11 happened. So, we go back in time to September 11th, 2001, and little 11-year-old Jack rolls out of bed. So, back then, my sleep issues hadn't been diagnosed, so I was lucky if I was getting like 4 hours of sleep a night. So, I zombie shuffle my way out of bed after my alarm clock goes off. I walk into the living room and my dad is sitting in his normal easy chair watching the news. I shuffle by, I glance at the TV screen, and I see a recording of the plane hitting the tower. And my zombie brain essentially files this under, oh look, someone caught a plane crash on camera. And then I completely just file that away, bury it in my brain, walk over to the table, sit down, and I start eating my bowl of Lucky Charms. So, back when I was 11 years old, due to some stuff that was happening in our public school system, my parents decided to put me in a Christian private school. And this private school was a 30-minute drive in the summer away from my house. That went up to 45 minutes during the winter. And that particular September, we were having an early winter. So I had to wake up way too fucking early in the morning to eat my breakfast, get dressed, get in my dad's truck, and make the drive to the school. So I finish my breakfast, I get dressed, grab my stuff, go to the truck, buckle myself into the passenger seat, and promptly pass out for the drive to this school. So I don't hear anything on the radio, obviously, because I was asleep again. So we get to the school, my dad wakes me up, I zombie shuffle my way inside, put away my coat and my backpack, and then go into the chapel of this fucking Christian school where every morning we had to have a sermon. So I sit down in the corner of the pew, I hear the principal get up on stage, and he starts saying something about, I'm sure we're all shocked by what happened. I didn't care, I was tired, I instantaneously pass out again. So after the sermon's over, I get nudged awake by like the one guy who even tolerated my existence at the school. I'll get to why that is later. So I wake up, shuffle upstairs, sit down at my desk, and start to go to work. And everyone is even more quiet than normal. I say more than normal because at this kind of school, like, we didn't have classes in like the normal sense. Basically, we had these workbooks where we sit down at our desk, we shut up, we do the workbook until it's time to go to lunch. So, lunchtime rolls around, my brain is finally starting to fully wake up. I go and get lunch, and I notice again that everyone is quiet. Almost like, well, if you'll pardon the turn of phrase, like somebody died. So, I had no real friends at this place. I didn't talk to anybody because, well, long story short, this school is what ended up starting my rebellious streak. Because, 11-year-old me, I'm like, I'm not allowed to wear my own clothes. I'm not allowed to have my CD player on which I could listen to, like, Metallica and AC/DC. I was always getting in trouble for cutting holes in the knees of my dress pants because that was the kind of aesthetic I was going for. I was always getting in trouble for it. Nobody wanted to mess with me. So I finish out lunch, go back to work, finish up my day, hop back in my dad's truck, put on my CD player, turn on Metallica's Black Album, And I even remember the song at the time. I hit random, Don't Tread on Me came on, and I fell asleep to go the 45-minute drive back home. So I finally get back home, finish my homework, and that's when I'm allowed to hang out with my best friend, Noodle. So, me and Noodle, we're hanging out outside, riding sleds down the hill that is my driveway. And I noticed that even Noodle is acting weird today. So, we pick up our sleds, start walking up back up to the top of the hill, and finally I ask him, like, hey, like, what is going on? Why is everybody acting so weird today? And he looks at me like I've lost my fucking mind. And he asked me, did you not see what happened earlier this morning? And I think about it for a minute, and my brain dredges up that half-formed memory of seeing the plane hit the tower. And I ask him, oh, you mean that plane crash accident? And he looks at me and goes, accident? No, dude, that was not an accident. That was an attack, a terrorist attack. And then he explains to me basically everything that had happened throughout the entire day, that due to having no friends at this private school and me just sleeping through any other time I would have heard about it, he explains the whole 9/11 terrorist attack thing to me. It was freaking wild. Like, honestly, I'm probably one of the last people on Earth who actually found out about the 9/11 attacks, just due to how my day went that day. It's nutty to think about. But anyway, that is the story of how I almost completely missed the 9/11 attacks, and that's where I was on 9/11. Just straight up not hearing about it because I was too damn tired and didn't have any friends at school. Well, thank you for listening to this short little story. I hope you enjoyed it. A like and a subscribe would be appreciated. I'll see you on the next episode, and as always, have yourself a wonderful day.